Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're at Jazz Alley, which has hosted over the years the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Stan Getz, all the greats. Tom Wopat.
Thanks so much for joining us.
A
lot of people know you from the old Dukes of Hazzard show.
Sure.
But you have moved so far beyond that.
Well, I started working on Broadway before I did Dukes. I did a show called I Love My Wife back in '78 on Broadway. And
so when did you move from doing Broadway type stuff to doing what you're going to be doing here?
I was doing Annie Get Your Gun in 1999 with Bernadette Peters, who's a heck of a kisser, by the way. And a good singer and actress, don't get me wrong. They asked me if I wanted to make a jazz record, and I had done a couple country albums up to that time, but when they asked me to do the standards, it just fit like an old shoe.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It's about as much fun as you can have. Yeah. You better come.
Okay.
Now here's something that I wanted to ask you about.
Just you?
Just me.
I wanted to ask
I
about
focused on her for,
Tom, come on.
I'm sorry.
We
No,
go way back.
Jim.
Saint's
Jim,
trying
babe,
to,
listen,
Saint's trying to ask you a question to get us out of this awkward moment.
That's right.
I just want to ask you about this Christmas album that you're doing with John Schneider.
Well, I've done some shows with him.
You and John have
so
been
much
doing
fun.
Auto Trader commercials together.
Yes,
too, right?
and that I had actually started this album before that, and then once that thing came up, the Auto Trader thing, I said we got to get it out this year. So we made a record, and it's got I think 12 tunes on it, something like that. And we also mixed in some commentary in between. So there's there's some smart talk.
It's great that you guys have been able to remain friends and have similar creative interests. You're like the Lennon and McCartney of Hazard County.
From your mouth to God's ear. I'd like to sell one of those one time. But no, we had a great deal of fun making it, and we're going to do some concerts around Christmas time.
That's awesome. But your shows here are really kind of focused on this.
Yeah, what we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 records is kind of focusing on the period like from the 50s through the 70s. There's like 8 horns and 13 strings. And the musicians, that's the cool thing, is that when the musicians come and record it, they're like, oh man, this is what I came to town to do. You know, not play for Wicked.
Right, right, exactly.
They wanted to be, you know, making records like this. So it's been a real labor of love.
So if people want to come see you, tomorrow night and Wednesday night.
Right, 2
here at
shows
Jazz Alley.
each night, and I understand there's still some tickets left.
Not after this airs.
I'll have all my family here.
We have influence,
no,
my
it's
friend.
it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll hang with the folks. And I'll have a limited supply of CDs, and if I run out, I'll go back out to the car and get another one.
Good, good. I'll be selling some from the trunk of my car, too.
That's it. We also have an
I'll give
album.
you some proceeds.
We got a double vinyl album.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah,
It's
with some of this material.
It
Awesome.
sure is. Well, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
My pleasure.
Do you want to help us say goodnight to everybody?
Sure.
Wait, don't say it yet, because first we have to let them
Stay
know that
classy. No, that's not right.
tomorrow night on Evening Magazine, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of the Von Traps from Portland.
Oh, very interesting.
What's up next?
Up next is The Voice. It continues right here on King 5.
Yeah. And now we say goodbye. Thank you, Mr. Tom Wopat.
Come see us.
Good
Come
night.
See me
Good night.
tomorrow and Wednesday. Bye.
Thanks for being with us.
Adios. My pleasure.